Out front right now, Democratic Congressman Adam Smith, the top-ranking Democrat on the House Armed Services Committee. Congressman, thank you so much for sharing part of your Labor Day with us. So you have Xi, Putin, and Modi in the same room, smiling, holding hands. Kim Jong-un on the way to join them. As Xi talks about a multipolar world, is it your assessment that U.S. global dominance is fading right now?
Well, look, U.S. global dominance has been fading for quite some time. I mean, that's not really the issue. We were never going to continue to be where we were at in 1991 when the Soviet Union collapsed. I mean, the rest of the world was going to catch up, build economies, and get stronger. And there's nothing really wrong with that. We have to figure out how to build partnerships and adapt to that world. But what Trump is doing is he is alienating the entire rest of the world precisely at the point when that rest of the world is getting stronger and is in a position to have other options. You know, a lot of Republicans like to say that America first doesn't mean America alone. Well, under Trump, it absolutely means America alone. We have alienated India, a crucial economic partner, also a crucial partner in battling against Russia and China. And we have taken them and shoved them into Russia and China's arms. And why exactly? Why did Trump put this 50% tariff on India? As near as we can tell, it's because Modi refused to give Trump credit for ending the India-Pakistan conflict from a few months ago. And while Pakistan wanted to nominate Trump for a Nobel Peace Prize, Modi didn't play ball on that. So because Trump is personally affronted, we're alienating a crucial partner and a crucial ally. That's just idiot foreign policy. It's a huge problem for our country.
The administration has argued that the 50% tariff on India has to do with Russian oil imports. But to your point, a lot of other countries import oil from Russia and over the invasion of Ukraine. The U.S. has not actually levied such tariffs on China, for example. I want to ask you about the fact that, without mentioning Trump, Xi said that he would oppose bullying practices, in his words, by others. I wonder how you think these leaders behind closed doors are talking about the United States or talking about Donald Trump.
Look, I mean, it's impossible for us to argue that we are not using economic coercion. I mean, what is it? It's over 100 countries that Trump has slapped tariffs on. And part of what enabled us to begin to build a coalition to counter China was China's economic coercion. They used it against Australia in particular, when Australia had the audacity to suggest that China could be more transparent with COVID. China went ballistic and launched a full economic war against Australia, which pulled Australia closer to our orbit, which we benefited from. Now we're the ones slapping tariffs on all of these countries. So, I mean, I think Trump thinks that economic coercion is a way to force people to basically, acquiesce to U.S. demands. But those countries have other options. They will pursue those other options. Is that really in the best interests of the United States to shove them away? I don't see where we get an advantage in the global economy we live in. This is a disastrous policy. And by the way, also these tariffs, as several courts have ruled, are illegal. President does not have the power to impose these tariffs. So this is a disastrous policy that we're going to be paying consequences for a long time.
In previous conversations that we have had, you've expressed support, though, for the U.S. putting more pressure on some of these countries that are backing Russia in its invasion of Ukraine. And as you hear, the Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, suggests that with President Trump, all options are on the table when it comes to furthering sanctions. I wonder if you think it's time to put more pressure financially on Beijing.
Yeah, well, actually, what I mostly express support for is putting more pressure on Russia. All right, let's go directly after the country that's causing the problems. I'm not as enthusiastic about widespread secondary sanctions for all the reasons that we've talked about here. I mean, if you're shoving potential partners away, there's risk in that. But while you know that it's a joke that Trump claims that he's putting the tariffs on India because of Russian oil, he won't put sanctions on Russia itself. All right, so you're punishing the secondary country. Why don't you directly punish the country in question? So yes, we should ramp up pressure. But the biggest thing that I've emphasized when we've talked and elsewhere is back Ukraine. Stop this, attacking Zelensky, buying into Putin's way of looking at this war, as happened so much in the first 6 months of this administration. Make it clear that we are going to stand with Ukraine and the 53-nation coalition that is helping defend them, continue to supply them with weapons and economic support to stand up to Russia. That can send the strongest signal to Russia. And that Trump has been very inconsistent in doing. The summit he had with Putin just, a couple of weeks ago, where he didn't put any pressure on Putin whatsoever. I mean, that's how we can best support Ukraine and stop the war.
Congressman Adam Smith, we'll leave the conversation there. Appreciate the time.